Who do you think Carlos meets in the final? This was the match when we saw the draw first come out. We're like,
Praying,
what
please
side of the
make it.
draw is Djokovic on? And we saw that Sinner-Djokovic semi. And like, can I just fast forward to this? Because this is the match that we've all been waiting for. The pretty much younger version of himself in Sinner against Djokovic, but do you give the 38-year-old 7-time Wimbledon champion a chance here against the 1 seed?
Absolutely, absolutely, I do. Djokovic likely is coming in with a now or never mentality.
Yeah,
That's what was going through my head when I saw. Okay, it's officially here. The semis between Sinner and Djokovic, especially because it's on grass. Because if we look into the double fault archives from like a year ago, maybe
yeah,
more, I was like, I feel like Sinner. I feel like his main deficiency might be clay. Like it doesn't seem like he's like a clay grinder as much as I feel like grass suits like a power player like him.
yeah,
But he showed this year clay. He's just he was lights out. He was toe to toe with Alcaraz, who debatably best clay court player right now in the world,
yeah.
but kind of as backing it up. So Sinner's a close number 2 there on clay. But on grass, we saw our boy Grigor Dimitrov just absolutely putting on a clinic for
Oh
those
yeah,
first 2 sets. And of course, tennis has no time limit and momentum swings, and Sinner being the number 1 player in the world. Yeah, maybe he was able to, if Grigor stayed completely healthy, maybe Sinner would turn that around and win it in 5. But we'll never know.
yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no what
Unfortunately,
ifs in tennis, and I think every genuine tennis fan was very upset for a day, maybe 2, maybe
yeah,
still, about Dimitrov finally just, we saw last year, the last 5 Grand Slams that he's played, he's had to withdraw from injury. We've always been huge on Dimitrov here at the Double Fault podcast,
hmm
and so much talent, so much athleticism. Just, and it's not that it's a reoccurring injury either. It's just
yeah. It's different
one
things like
part of his
every
body
time.
breaks
Yeah,
down, and praying for him to come back. You know, he's got a couple years left. Like,
he's still
hope that
young.
hope that he can overcome this. This pectoral injury is renowned for being a really tough one to overcome for tennis players,
Yeah,
especially when you have a one-hander. A lot of strain on that particular
yeah.
muscle, but Grigor's got this. He's been the pride of Bulgaria for a good 15 years now.
I don't think this is the
um,
last we've seen of Grigor Dimitrov. That would be so sad if it is. But I think Novak is also going to have a key eye on what Grigor did well there to make Sinner uncomfortable, because Grigor was giving Sinner so many low slices that he had to pick up and couldn't really dominate. So I think we're going to see a lot of that from Novak, because Djokovic, he knows I can't do what I used to and just bang from forever from the baseline, go side to side and just wait for errors, because nobody can beat me in that type of game. Sinner right now is better than him at that, and I think he knows that. And in their last encounter in the semifinals at Roland Garros, Djokovic knew that, and he was using the drop shot a lot. And he was kind of doing that out of desperation because he wanted to not extend those rallies. And on the physical clay surface, that makes sense because, Djokovic is 38. He doesn't want to get in a grueling, physically taxing match with Jannik. I think on grass, he can maneuver that physical advantage a lot better. He can spot serve with his accuracy. He can mix in the drop shot. He can mix in the slice. He has incredible hands at net and like on the run when he does that like Djokovic short game where he just creates that crazy angle. Like Djokovic has everything in the bag. That's why I give him, like, I don't think this is going to be 3-0 Jannik. I don't think this is going to be easy for Sinner. We've clearly seen on the grass, like, one break is the set. So the margins are so slim. And Djokovic, still a great returner, still a great mover. He's made the past 2 finals here. He won 4 Wimbledons in a row before those 2 final losses. Like, he's been in the finals like 6 years in a row here, I'm pretty sure. So
Mm.
Djokovic, if you're discounting him on grass, you're crazy. And I think you're right. Like the time is running out. Like these guys are only getting better. Like is this year, next year, the year after that? Like how many more of these does he have left? He's still chasing Federer's 8 Wimbledons. This is a huge milestone from him. So like the legacy and significance aspect is massive still for Djokovic. Like there's a lot on the line here. And I don't want to see, but from like my perspective as a tennis fan, as a Sinner fan, I want to see the rematch. I want to see Sinner versus Carlos play again and follow up that Roland Garros because
Of course.
yes, Djokovic Alcaraz part 3 in the finals would be cool, but I think like Carlos has proven that he's going to win that matchup. Like I think last year, even with Djokovic being a little bit hurt, like Carlos has probably got it figured out for the most part against Novak. Where like Sinner, I think pushes him a lot more, and I really want to see that. Like it would be so great for tennis, where everyone like the Roland Garros final on clay just made so many new tennis fans, and now everyone in a month later is like, wait, these guys are playing on grass now in such a completely
Yeah.
different looking matchup. Like grass is so
Mm.
different, so that's what I'm rooting for. Who do you
I
think is going to be in the final?
Well, discounting what I'm rooting for me, what I foresee happening is more of the same from what we saw at Roland Garros. Is that was a battle.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was 4 sets for Sinner.
we were in the finals. Like Sinner was up 2 sets to 0 on Alcaraz, and we're like, is he about to win Roland Garros without dropping a set? So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're right. You're
so
right.
he definitely beat Djokovic in straight sets,
Which is insane
which I
because
don't think is going to happen.
Djokovic is also one of the most accomplished clay court players of all time, and
Yeah,
still playing like it. So very impressive there from Sinner. But here, I think that Djokovic is an even more accomplished grass court player than he is clay court player, and I think that it's going to be more of the same though. That like the score in tennis, obviously, the score does not always reflect how close it is. It is, you know, a point or two can separate who wins and who loses a set. I think that Sinner's just going to have a bit, it's just when you look at it 38 versus
23.
23,
Yeah,
and Sinner is like just as good at Djokovic at everything, probably besides having the feel and like variety.
yeah. Maybe
But
Djokovic
Sinner
has like a better net
overcomes.
game.
Yeah, usually Sinner doesn't have to use his net game because he's just so good from the baseline. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
against
true.
almost everyone in the world. But yeah, if Djokovic is able to, rush the net, the problem is Sinner's just so good at passing, and then the pass plus one, like Sinner really has everything figured out. That's why it's so insane watching Alcaraz and Sinner clash because two completely different play styles and like similar mentalities, but I think that Djokovic is going to make this more of a match than he did at Roland Garros, and it could go 5. I think it might be Sinner in 5 sets. That's my prediction, that Djokovic is going to be like on the precipice of winning this match at some point because at Roland Garros, first 2 sets, were close, and then Sinner just took it toward the tail end, just had TMG for Djokovic, which is crazy to say, but it's real,
Yeah,
and like that's really where we're at in the game. There's always going to be, we're in these slam semis right now. All right, Fritz, all right, he's the fourth. He was the fourth best player here, so it's valid. It's good. I'm glad that he's there to challenge Alcaraz. But who's it going to be at the U.S. Open if this keeps up? I don't see anyone other than Sinner or Alcaraz taking out Djokovic. Is it going to be Draper? Is it going to be
Draper can beat
Fritz?
Djokovic on
On his
hard
best day,
courts.
on the
We'll
hard
get into
court?
that. We'll get
Yeah,
into that. But yeah, Djokovic
yeah.
is by far he's the established number 3. Like it's
Yeah,
Sinner Alcaraz probably 50-50 or like 51-49 Alcaraz, but Djokovic is that third player. And it's crazy to say at 38 years old. And I don't think that's like a detriment or like it shines bad on the rest of the tour because he's still just at an insanely high level. That's more of like a accomplishment and praise for Novak that he has maintained this type of tennis for this long, and he's truly
yeah.
he's the LeBron
It's the
James
Tom
of the
Brady. It's the
sport.
Tom Brady
Yeah,
effect. Yeah.
like I'm so glad he's still around, and he's this semifinal is so great, and the height and the stakes are magnified because he's there. But that being said, Jannik Sinner is a cyborg. Like he does not give up
we were
breaks.
we were all concerned. We were all concerned with his last round. Oh my God,
No,
maybe
I
Shelton
wasn't.
beats him, and he was 100%, man.
Oh yeah,
I was
he
happy. I was happy to see him be 100%, and take out Shelton in the straight sets. Very impressive here because Shelton was looking very dangerous.
yes. Ben
So
serve on
great win.
grass. Yeah, Ben serve on grass is an insane weapon, and Ben did well to hang with a set there. But after one game, I think I went in my Discord and I was like, "Oh, Ben can't break Yannick. Like Sinner is too good on serve." The difference in that one was Sinner and Ben were both getting like over like 90% first serve points won. But on second serve, Ben was like 40 and then Yannick was like 85. So like
Huge
it didn't
variable.
really matter how well Sinner served, but he was dominant on serve because he does back up his game so much behind that, like you said before. But yeah, I think Sinner's ready. I think he's right there with Alcaraz. I think he beats Djokovic in 4 sets. I think Djokovic maybe steals one in a breaker, and I think Djokovic is probably a little bit more likely to give up some breaks here than Sinner. And I think Sinner, like with his experience with winning Grand Slams, he's going to be ready for this moment. And I think he takes this match. And I think we get the epic that I really, 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 really want with Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner, Wimbledon, the
Wimbledon
rematch from
finals.
they played the
That
last
was
time they played in
Djokovic.
Wimbledon was 3 years ago in the quarterfinals, and Sinner beat
Oh,
Alcaraz in 4 sets.
right.
And then he played Djokovic and was up 2 sets to love, and Djokovic came back and won that match and then won Wimbledon. That was the last Wimbledon that Djokovic won. That was like 2022, I think, because
Amazing.
Alcaraz won in 23 and 24, and now we're in 25. So, man, this has been a
Unbelievable.
yeah, this has been an
Can I
incredible
give?
yeah,
I'm sorry. Can I give Flavio Caboli a quick shout out
yes,
because
incredible talent.
there was a time tail end of last year and beginning of this year that Caboli like fell back out of the top 50, and like he had just been at his career high and he just lost. He came out and lost like like 7 matches in a row. Like first round, just lost to all these players he should have beaten.
Yeah,
And French Open, okay, he showed up a little bit. Grass was, his saving grace a little bit. And look at him making the quarterfinals and playing against his childhood, you know, what's the term?
Djokovic was Kaboli's childhood idol.
There you go, idol. Yes.
Djokovic also said in his press conference that he like has practiced a lot with Kaboli and he's one of his son's favorite players. So I expected Kaboli to
Yeah.
put up a fight, and he's an incredible talent, man. He's got the shot making on both wings. He was serving incredible this tournament, way better than I
Yeah.
thought he was able to serve, and his movement is also great. Like he's not the hugest guy. He's like 6 foot 6'1", but like he's quick and he's got a pretty all around game. He kind of reminds me of like a Davidovich Fokina, someone like that. But
Yeah.
I like
Awesome,
Kaboli's game a
man.
lot. He's going to be one to watch out for. Now he's in the top 20, so like he's a guy.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to be pushing top 10 soon? Like that's the next step. Like there's a lot of guys, and it's getting crowded in the top 10, but Kaboli is going to
Yeah.
be in that conversation for sure.
Definitely, because he took out Mensik, you would think like would be one of the tougher guys to beat on grass, like the way he plays, huge serve, just so reliable, good feel. Like Kabuli like dispatched him easily straight sets, and he
Yeah.
ran into a red hot Chilich, right? And he had beaten Chilich in the Aussie Open in the first round
Oh,
this year, so probably the best person like up for the job to run into Cilic in the round of 16. He's like, all right, I know what he's doing now. Like, I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of other people wouldn't exactly have a great game plan against Cilic. And also shout out to Marine Cilic for
Yeah.
making it, right?
Yeah,
Making
what
it
a
to the round of
resurgent run.
16, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
He is the only Grand Slam winner in the entire draw, not named Medvedev, Djokovic, Sinner, Alcaraz,
Yeah.
right? I'm
He's
not
still
missing anyone.
off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody.
Uh, and it's easy with the men's game, right? We see the
Yeah.
women's game. Amanda Anisimova is in the finals against
Yeah.
Swiatek.
Dude,
That's
and
crazy work.
Anisimova
Like,
and
good for her,
Sabalenka
yo.
put on a show, dude. Today I watched that entire match. It was incredible. The drama back and forth was like must-watch TV. That was some seriously entertaining tennis. And I hope we get some
Sick.
entertaining tennis here at Wimbledon tomorrow. We both got Sinner Alcaraz in the final. That's what we all want to see. That's what tennis fans we've earned over these 2 weeks. We've put in the work watching these matches, watching all of Wimbledon, and that is the finals that we want to see. Give me Jannik, give me Carlos. Thank you guys all for watching. If you guys have been enjoying the Wimbledon content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to help us reach 1K. We're on our journey there. But yeah, Jeremy, it's been great talking tennis with you, and I can't wait for Wimbledon tomorrow.
You know it. Peace out, double fault fam.